Hey there everyone, I hope you're having a great new year. I'm back with a video. I have decided to leave this True Fly channel as my game channel because that's my passion. If I decide to make any more videos about my eBay business, which is doing well, I will start a different channel. I may just do like my friend Bublin and make one video a month, one pickup video, and maybe do a live stream once a month on this channel. I do miss YouTube. It's just I don't have a lot of time for it right now. I'm trying to get to where I'm only working 40 hours a week. Almost there. Stuff keeps happening though. My 2020 was terrible. Not for coronavirus or anything, but for car repairs. Unreal. Unreal. I could have bought a brand. I spent $15,000 in car and house repairs this year, or in 2020. Most of that was car repairs. The only other thing, I had an HVAC system, heating and air system go out in my house. That would be more, but my brother's an HVAC guy, so I basically just had to pay him parts, and I gave him $1,000 on the side for doing it. So that was only $3,000 of the $15,000 I spent out. So ready for 2021. And as we speak, both cars have been in the shop this year. But that's okay. Knock on wood. Hopefully it's minor stuff. I digress. I'm going to do a pickup video here. I tried this once already. I realized I was out of space. And I cut my video out halfway through on my phone. Because of my eBay business has a lot of pictures stored. I try to keep them deleted. But they go to the trash. And then kind of just chill out there and for 15 days before they get removed. So we should be good to go now. So now you can watch me and my foolness for a long time because I have a lot to show you. Let's get started here. This is the stuff I just got recently. All this stuff is recently. Since I've decided to come back to YouTube, there's been quite a bit of stuff that's over there that I put up. But let's go ahead and get started. The only non-game I have here is, I don't buy these often, but this is like my favorite game on the PlayStation 1, and it's a strategy guide for Brigandine, the Legend of Forcinia. I love this game on the PS1. My brother does too. We both have the game. This I paid up for this manual. One came up, and the starting bid was $40. I put a bid on it. And I was the only one to bid. But like I said, this thing don't show up very often. Another one came up a couple weeks later, or not, a couple months later. And the starting bid was $25. That one sold for like $32. So if I would have waited, but I might have been able to get it cheaper. I almost picked that up for my brother. I almost bid on that for my brother, but I didn't at the time. You see the original price is $12.99 there. It's nice glossy. They don't make stuff like this anymore. Nice glossy cover. The insides are glossy, but they're all in black and white. If you have a chance to play this game, I would suggest, if you like strategy, tactical, RPG type games. It's not on the cheap side though. So if you don't have a couple $100, you might want to pass on it. They did make a Switch version. Which is digital only, but limited run released one that was physical. I did get that, but I don't have a Switch, so it just was sitting on my shelf. And then they announced a PS4 version, and that was called Brigandine: The Legend of Rosinia. It's a sequel to this, so it's not the same game. But they released one on the PS4, and limited run is also doing one. So I ordered 4 of those, 2 for my brother, 2 for me. 2 collector's editions, one to keep and sealed, which I never keep sealed games, but I'm going to do that one, and one to open. So that was the first thing. The second thing was, see, I have to redo it over. Christmas Eve, we were heading to my sister's house for a little get-together for family. It's usually a lot bigger, but because of the virus, she didn't want to have a lot of people over. It's called the Island of Misfit Toys Christmas Eve party. So we were on the way, and for some reason, I just could not get this game out of my mind. I asked my wife if I could stop, because was on sale. And she said, of course she said yes, she don't care. But I picked up a copy of Madden 21. I know it's the same freaking game every year, but I still like to play it. And I played it for a couple games, and it is the same. I mean, it's okay. The story, they're just kind of mailing in the story now, which is fine. That's really not what the game's about. But the first year when they did a long shot, I thought that was new and innovative. And now we're going, that was 2017 version or 18. One of those two. So now we're 3 or 4 years later and nothing innovative. In fact, they're scaling back. But that's okay. I got it. I'll probably get 2022. Usually I wait till they're like $5 or $6 and I play them a year later, but I was off for a week and I wanted to play that. I went to my local disc replay to resurface a couple games. I don't go there often anymore because their prices are kind of in line with eBay. At least mine is. I know some people's are a lot cheaper. They're a little cheaper than eBay. I think they understand that they're going to be about 10-15% cheaper than eBay, just so they can, compete with eBay. And they do a pretty good job with that. But, if I wanted to pay eBay prices or close to them, I'd probably just go to eBay. So most of the time I try to find stuff in lots, and that's what I keep. But this I had to have. It was only $42.99, which is actually a really good price. She usually goes for about $60 plus on eBay complete. And it's a copy of Spyro Dawn of the Dragons. This is by far is the rarest Spyro game out there. Like I said, it is complete. Fairly good condition. The outside, it's got a little chew mark here, if you can see that. I don't know. But the manual's kind of wavery a little, almost like water damage, but not. I'm sure you've had manuals like that, but still, for $42.99, I will pick that up. This one I got off eBay. I basically do a random number generator type of thing when I pick my next games. Kind of like a fun thing. I try to pick a game once a month or twice a month, depending on the cost of the game. So I put 1 through 27 in the number generator to represent the alphabet plus the numbers. So 26 letters for the alphabet plus 1 for the numbers. And then let that generate a letter or a number, and then I go to the corresponding letter, and that tells me what my next game is going to be, what letter it starts with, what that game is going to be. Then I go through those games and pick out count how many I don't have in that letter, and then I random number generate, and that tells me what game's going to be next. Now, it's kind of hard with the PS4 because of the collector's editions, which I am including those right now, but it's also kind of hard because there's not really a definitive list out there. It's just like the PS3. PS3's been dead for a while. There's still not a definitive list of the official PS3 games. And I think that has to be due to the mass quantity of stuff that was released in those generations. So anyway, the letter Z came out. There's not too many that comes with Z. I would keep an eye out for this game if you can, because I have a feeling this is going to be super hard to find. Maybe not the best game in the world. It's got a mediocre Metacritic review, but it's called Ziggurat or Ziggurat. I don't know how to pronounce that. Basically, it's a Doom type game-ish, Doomish type game, where you go around randomly generated dungeons and blast creatures from hell, or whatever they are, creatures. With, instead of guns, you have wands and staffs and bows and stuff like that. And it's like fast shooting type of game. It's got an okay review. I watched one guy play. It seems fun. I can see how it gets a little repetitive. Repetitive would be the good word. So that's Ziggurat. Keep an eye out that if you're looking for ones that are going to be worth something or harder to find, because that's definitely going to be one. When I bought that, there was quite a few PAL games, but there was only a couple North America release games listed and sold. So again, not an expensive game right now, but I have a feeling it's going to be hard to find in the future. This one I picked up because this came up on my Game Eye collection app. I was trying to do the same thing with that, trying to figure out randomly generated. But they have everything from physical to non-physical copies to European releases. So that one's hard to do. So I scrapped that, but I came across this game in there, and I thought it was only a digital only copy. But come to find out there was a physical release, but only a PAL version. So I went ahead and picked it up. Again, this is going to be, I think, hard to find because there's not very many on there. No videos on it, but it's definitely interesting. It's called Pneumatia by I don't even know who this is. Oh, History Channel makes it. This is basically the story of this like 100 or 200 year war where the Romans came into this country of Pneumatia, and it's basically how I understand it. So, but they came in to conquer the Numantians. Supposed to be over in a day or two. Ended up being a couple hundred years, or 100. It was at least 100 years before they were able to quell this little corner of, I believe it's in Spain or around that area. So I love history. It's a strategy war game. Not too many people talk about it. I went and watched a couple videos. There's no reviews on it. So maybe I'll do a review on this. Maybe there's just a few little gameplay on YouTube on it, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be super popular, but it does look interesting. So we might give that a try soon. Let's see what to do next. Oh, this game popped up on Facebook Marketplace, and I've never bought a game on Facebook Marketplace that has it shipped. But this price was so good that I went ahead and jumped on it, and it took like a month to get here. I understand the post office was having issues, and that's probably all it was. But it said the thing shipped and the tracking never updated. And I finally reached out to the guy after 3 weeks later and just been like, it shows the post office don't have it yet. I understand the post office, I'm selling on eBay. In fact, I still have stuff that's December 8th that still hasn't arrived. People have been patient, though. That's a good thing. And I was patient, too. I just wanted to make sure he sent it. And he got back with me, and I thought maybe this was a scam. And I started looking at his Facebook profile, and everything was, like, really blocked and, covered. I was like, oh, no, I got scammed. Oh, well, it wasn't that much money. But he got back with me. He said, I shipped it. And he said, I can give you a refund right now. I don't know why the post office hasn't updated it. I said, you know what? They're having a problem. I just wanted to make sure you shipped it. Let's just give it a couple weeks. And then about a week later, it updated, and then it took about another week to get here. So basically 5 weeks it took to get here. But it's a Vita game, and it's Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends. I got this for $18. This is usually about $30. Any Vita game you get for under $20 and you don't have, pick it up because you can't find them. They're impossible to find. I'm trying to get as many Vita games as I can, but gosh, they're expensive. A little late to that party, but I'm glad to have that. I probably won't do another Facebook Marketplace deal because it just seemed, I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't like the experience. All right, picked this one up. Got it for on the cheap, under $20. Dot hack GU read code. I believe this is the first 3 dot hack games re-released on the PS4. At least that's what I understood. Maybe it's not, but I've never played one of these games. I heard they're pretty good. Looking forward to trying it. All right, next thing was also a random number generated. The letter J came up, and it came up a limited run game. I was like, uh-oh. So it was Jotun Valhalla edition. I didn't get the card with it, but this cost me $75, which is, you say, why did you spend that much? Well, let me tell you, because this game usually goes for $50 on eBay. I know it was only $25 originally, but I got 2 other games with it, 2 other limited run sealed games for $75, and that was free shipping. So I figured for $20, $25 more, I might as well pick up 2 other limited run games. And this just came to me yesterday, but it's Joe Toon Valhalla Edition. It also came with N++, which I don't have, and I heard this is one of the least desirable limited run games, but heck, it's still a limited run. And then one I never heard of. It doesn't look like the greatest game. Looks like possibly a visual novel, but it's called Lily. If you've heard it about it, let me know anything about it. Same thing with this deal. I've been watching for the K of this game. I was trying to get it for less than 20. They were hovering around 18, 19, 20. I was trying to get it for maybe one pop on for like 12, 15 bucks, and I would buy it. But this one came on. It was a auction, and the starting bid was $60. And I started it, and the reason I went ahead and I bid the 60, that's all I bid was the 60. I didn't think it would go for that because there's a bunch of games here that I don't have. Not a single one of these games I have. And it's not your normal, PS4 lot that has the Call of Duty, Battlefield, all the Madden games in there for auction. But the game I was trying to get was Kill la Kill If. I guess this is an anime. It's a fighting game. It has a reversible cover here. If you can see that. This is the way it came with a reversible cover. I did not like it because it doesn't have anything on the spine. It's just white. It's basically, if you look at the cover art, that was a reversible, or the disc art, that was a reversible cover. So I got that. I got it for $60 with that. It also came with the steel book of the Elder Scrolls Morrowind, part of the online thing, which all I have is the first one, basically the basic map. So this is like the DLC. Not too excited about that, but heck, I like Fallout 76, so maybe I'll try that and like that too. Also came with a copy of Code Vein. I believe I have this on the Vita as well. I'm not too sure what this game is about. I know it's not very commands a lot. Came with Neo 2. So glad to get that. And then a copy of Death Stranding, which I didn't have. So for $60, all 5 or 6 of those games I think was a good deal. Especially for Death Stranding and Kill la Kill. Alright, the last thing, I finally joined when I bought those Brigadines PS4, I went ahead and sold my Switch because I didn't have a Switch. Well, we went ahead and got a Switch Lite. My wife's been wanting one because she loves Animal Crossing. It's about the only game she plays. So basically, this is hers. And when we were at GameStop, I asked them, and they had two colors, a turquoise and a yellow. I tried to push for the yellow. If I was going to get one, I've been trying to hold out for one that hooks to the TV. But she's been really wanting one. So this was kind of her Christmas present. And we got a copy of Animal Crossing. Again, this is another, I felt like playing. So I went ahead and paid full price for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which I like. The story is freaking awesome, and I like the multiplayer. So I've been having fun with that while I was on shutdown. But when I got those, there was a deal. You buy new games, you get a pre-owned game at 30% off. So I figured I might as well get a Switch game. They didn't have very many pre-owned because Christmas wiped them out. They only had like pre-owned games. GameStop's doing a new thing. If you haven't noticed, I'm not going to get into it. This video is already 20 minutes long. Actually, I will tell you about it right now. They don't show you the games they have on the shelf anymore. They have the stock games with a generic case out there, and they have basically like wall art. Like if you see a pre-order game at GameStop coming, they have like the case art and just sitting out there where you can't buy. Well, they do that with all their games now, except for the fact they don't do that with the games that they have. They do that with the games that they think people want. This is what this guy was telling me. So you bring up that case and they look up to see if they have it, and they don't have it. So, but I guess their reasoning was, well, they could direct you to the nearest store that does. How stupid is that? So you're taking an employee, the guy's going back and forth between the shelf, bringing up these cases, and you don't have the game. So I ended up, and finally he's like, well, we have this list. I was like, well, give me the list. So I started going through the list, and the one thing I picked, because basically if you bought 2 new games, you got 2 for the half off. So basically I asked for like 2 games that were on the list that was supposed to be in his inventory, and he goes to get them, and he don't have them. GameStop's going to be online only, probably within the next 2 years, because whoever is in charge of running their stores and new ideas is a moron. And I don't know. They've been dying for years, and they are just hemorrhaging. They are grasping at straws, trying to revitalize their business. They're not going to make it, folks. They're not going to make it. They're morons. So anyway, we ended up being there for 40 minutes trying to find 2 games that we wanted to get 30% off. One, the only decent one they had was Breath of the Wild for Zelda. So I got this for 30%. I don't even know how much it was because I was just happy to get out of there. So I don't know what the used price was, but I got 30% off it. The last one, Trails of Mana. I think this was $34. And or Trials of Mana. This is $34, and I got 30% off. So that was all I got. Again, I'm gonna try to do videos once a month, probably at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, like bubbling. Sorry to steal your idea there, friend, but I'm gonna do it, and that way I can manage my YouTube a little better, and not just drop off the face of the earth. Once I get burnt out. So again, for the 6 of you that watch it, I appreciate it, and hope you all have a great 2021, and we'll see you next month.